Welcome to this special Thursday night edition of Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday. Tonight we have the Magnolia Sentinels visiting the Santiago Cavaliers here at Michael Monsoor Stadium. Before we get into all of the action, why don't we go ahead and get to know these Santiago Cavaliers. We'll be back in a moment. David Mora here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics YouTube.
We have ourselves an exciting game this week against Magnolia. We're coming off an exciting 18-0 comeback win against Estancia from last week to win 22-18. The boys are really jacked and juiced, and we're ready to go this week. Game plan is just to take it one play at a time and execute our plays with intensity. If we can just take care of business, hold on to the ball, play hard-nosed defense, great things will happen on Thursday night. Looking forward to get out there. Here are some of the guys that we're featuring. Daniel Padilla really does it all for us out there on the field. He can catch, run, throw, kick, return kicks, hold kicks. He's an awesome kid to coach. He even plays some corner for us. He's somebody we really count on during the season.
In order for us to win this week, it's just be us, do nothing more, just be us. Like I said, nothing special. Dominate on both sides of the ball. And offense has been playing great, defense has been playing great. So yeah, that's all we gotta do. Not change nothing, just be us. Well, when we're down 18-0, I knew we're just being each other. So when we went into halftime, our coaches got into us. I spoke to the team a bit that we're just messing each other up. It wasn't them beating us, we're beating each other. So we just cleaned up what we did second half and just did what we did as a team. Team effort, defense played out, offense played out, and we just came back to win 22-18.
Jesse Fuentes is a tight end linebacker for us, hard-hitting player, coach on the field, long snapper, exciting player. Making catches for us on offense, making big stops for us on defense, already has a few sacks for the season for us.
In order for us to win this week, we'll just need to play Santiago football, play smart, play as a team, and be physical. As my mentor used to tell me, be the hammer, not the nail, so that's what we'll need to imply this week in order to have success this week. Last week, we were down 18-0. And our coaches just brought us in during halftime, told us some stuff, told us that this wasn't our football. And we just came out and we just did our thing and won 22-18.
Daniel Rubio is our most consistent, smartest, athletic offensive lineman that we have out there. A returning second-team all-league football player. He can take care of everything out on the field. We even call on him to be a center from time to time, defensive tackle, defensive end, a great kid to coach.
In order for us to win this week's game, we're just gonna have to practice hard, play determined, be disciplined, know our assignments. We have to have trust in our coaches and on our players. From last game to come back, we came out. We didn't come out as strong, but when we went into the halftime, our coaches gave us a motivational talk. We came out stronger, we finished strong, and we just wanted it more than they did.
That was a fun time visiting with the Cavaliers this past Monday and Tuesday, as a matter of fact. So, like I said, we have a great game ahead of us. The Cavaliers coming off of a fantastic 18-point deficit that they overcame last week against Estancia. They pulled that one out 22-18. So they're looking to, continue their winning ways. They're 2-1 on the season, looking to make it 3-1. Tonight, senior night, wish we would have been able to bring you some of the action, but we didn't know, so we weren't able to plan accordingly. But nevertheless, I'm sure the Cavaliers are going to be hungry to win for their senior brothers here tonight. Like I said, going to be a good one. Players to look out for, as you saw in the video, Jesse Fuentes, tight end linebacker, Daniel Padilla, wide receiver, cornerback, who can pretty much do it all, and Daniel Ruby as well. They're on the defensive and offensive line. Before we get into tonight's action, let's take a look at how Garden Grove Unified School District schools did last week. Not a bad week for the school district. Our teams went 5-2. Bolsa Grande beating Mendez Garden Grove beating Gar. La Quinta, one of the two losses, losing to Costa Mesa. Los Amigos defeated Saddleback. Pacifica, the second loss, losing to Canyon. Rancho shut out Savannah. And, like I mentioned, this Santiago football team taking out Estancia last week. And what about this week? Tonight we have two games, Bolsa Grande versus La Sierra. Well, we have two games in addition to this one, Bolsa Grande versus La Sierra and Pacifica at Buena Park. The bulk of our schools playing tomorrow night. La Quinta taking on that Estancia team that Santiago beat last week. Los Amigos traveling all the way to Viewpoint in Calabasas to take on that team. Rancho will be visiting Godinez, who Santiago played earlier this season, and I believe that was a victory. And that's at Valley High School tomorrow night. And Garden Grove will be hosting Torrance right here from the beautiful Michael Mansour Stadium on the campus of Garden Grove High School. Now, let's get into tonight. What about these two schools? Magnolia opened in 1961. Their mascot, the Sentinels. They're located in Anaheim, California, and they split their home games between Glover Stadium, the legendary Glover Stadium, and Handau Stadium on the campus of Western High School. Their notable alumni is an MLB player named Brian Downing, who made the Angels Hall of Fame. It's the Angels, so how exciting could that be? For Santiago, they opened in 1960, so schools kind of, the same there, same age. Their mascot, the Cavaliers, located, of course, in Garden Grove, California. They play their home games here at Michael Mansour Stadium on the campus of Garden Grove High School, which opened back in 2017. Notable alumni, I think Santiago has the nod here. Bert Blyleven, MLB player, World Series champion, and MLB. That's the whole entire Major League Baseball Hall of Fame for that guy. And what about Magnolia? Let's take a deeper look at Magnolia. Their coach, Vince Lobendon. Their 2021 record was 4-7, 2-3 in league, which landed them a fourth-place finish, but also allowed them to get a playoff berth. They play in the Orange League. They've won 4 league championships. Their last league championship coming in 2010, and like I said, their last playoff appearance in 2021. They have no CIF championship appearances and no CIF championships. Like I said, their record 0-3, losing to a good Crean Lutheran team, 41-7, getting blanked by Pioneer, and battling Garden Grove League team, Loera, and losing 34-30. And what about the Cavaliers? Let's take a look at the Cavaliers. Their coach, Coach Doug Osvath. Their 2021 record, 8-3. A 4-1 finish in league landed them second place. And, of course, they are in the Garden Grove League. They have 8 total league championships. Their last league championship coming back in 2019. Their last playoff appearance was last year. They have no CIF championship game appearances and no championships. They did play Godinez week 1, taking them out 41-6. They kind of got caught napping a little bit against Santa Ana Valley. They lose that one 25-12. And again, going to be much talked about throughout the season to kind of show the perseverance of this team, the never quit, the never say die attitude of this team as they came back from an 18-0 deficit to beat Estancia 22-18 last Thursday here at Mansour Stadium. Now they play Magnolia tonight, and then they visit Anaheim before getting the Garden Grove League started. I'm pretty sure Santiago is looked at as one of the contenders along with Rancho Alamitos. So that should be a fun little matchup and battle to watch as the season goes on. Now, like I said, we have a great game here. We've got about 5 minutes left until kickoff here at Michael Mansour Stadium. Pregame's always a weird thing here. Sometimes we get done early, sometimes we get done late, sometimes we get things cut off, but we're making good timing here. David Mora, I am a part of the Garden Grove Unified School District Public Information Office. To my left and running the camera is Ben Nguyen from La Quinta High School. Thank you, Ben, for joining me tonight. He does a fantastic job running the camera. Right now, we've got the Santiago band coming onto the field to get ready to play the national anthem for you. And we're going to, of course, bring you that live here. This is Garden Grove Unified School District High School Football Friday, Thursday edition right here on YouTube. I thank you for tuning in. We've got a great game coming up shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of the national anthem.
That's a wonderful job by the Santiago High School Marching Cavaliers, as well as the Army NJROTC cadets there presenting the colors. And the wonderful Rocky Gray asking if there's any sound on the camera in the center booth there, and there is not. We don't want him to give out any state secrets. That's the only reason why there. No clue. We're trying to figure out rosters here. Number 25 is not on my roster either. And this is how we roll here in Garden Grove Unified. Sometimes we get, asked questions in the middle of a stream, but we roll with it and we make things happen. Again, exciting game here. I'm ready. There is nothing like a high school football Friday, Thursday, Saturday night. I love high school football. I've loved it ever since I was a young kid, roaming the sidelines at Bolsa Grande High School, and I am very excited and very honored to be able to bring you the action here tonight from Michael Mansour Stadium. The Cavaliers are over there getting fired up, getting ready to break through the banner. As always, at high school football games, that's what you see almost universally as the team gets ready to go. We've got the captains. And 25, we have James Gonzalez, so that's a good thing to know. I'm sure we'll be calling his name out a lot. James lines up under center quite a bit here for the Cavaliers, as the captains are going to midfield. Captains for the Cavaliers are Jesse Fuentes, Daniel Rubio, Daniel Padilla, and who's number 7? Victor Garcia. Now, Magnolia's got gold numbers on white jerseys, which proved to be very difficult to decipher when we were broadcasting the Workman and Bolsa Grande games, so please bear with me when it comes to calling names for the Sentinels, as it will be a little bit difficult for me. But we're going to try our best here, as we do every single week here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics YouTube. So here we go as we get ready for the coin toss. And hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully we've got sound and there's no miscues tonight. Week 4 here. So we're 5 weeks in, even though it's week 4. It's actually week 5. Maybe we won't count week 0 and we'll say we're 4 weeks in. But I can guarantee you week 9, week 10 will be great, and come back to find us week 11 and we'll be stellar, even though we're not allowed to broadcast because of CIF rules and regulations. So here we go, and the coin has been tossed. Well, it's going to be tossed right now. Magnolia captains Jonathan Avina Lopez, It looks like Jesse Garcia, and we'll get the other two names as soon as we can. And there's the flip. It looks like Magnolia has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half.
Magnolia has won the toss.
Other captains for Magnolia, Andres Molo, and number 30, Samuelu Adams. So the Sentinels will be defending the west end zone. The west end zone where we get that beautiful sunset here on evenings at Michael Munsler Stadium, one of the best views that money can buy here in Orange County. So here we go, we're getting ready for game time. Santiago will be receiving the kick here to start the game. So let's see what they can do on their first possession. Back to return the kick for the Cavaliers, number 89, who I don't have here on the roster, and looks like number 17, Daniel Padilla. Kicking off for the Sentinels looks to be Adan Lopez, number 12. Nice turnout here for the Cavalier faithful. Thursday night games always tricky. You know, kids still have to wake up and go to school in the morning. Although they get to start a little bit later this year. Cavalier band showing up here on a Thursday night. Always love to see that. As I was saying last week during the La Quinta broadcast, nothing like the atmosphere of high school football. And here's the kick. Fielded at about the 23-yard line, taken to the 25, to the 30, still on his feet at the 45, still on his feet, number 30 to the 40. Still on his feet and finally taken down at the 50-yard line. And looks like there's a fumble. Recovered by Daniel Padilla. So Santiago avoiding disaster early, but getting a few extra yards off of that fumble as we have an official's timeout on the field. So Santiago on the first play get a nice return. Ball pops loose, rolls to the 50. Magnolia thinking they got it, but the Cavaliers coming up with it and averting disaster. An injured Cavalier being tended to on the field as he walks off under his own power, something we love to see here anytime a player goes down. So here we go, Santiago coming out for their first drive of the game. They run a double wing offense most of the time, a lot of option football, but and here they go as they come out in that double wing offense. Gonzalez back there under center. Hands the ball up to number 5, who breaks it to the right, 10 yards. Gets about 14 yards on the play. Art Martinez on the run. So Cavaliers looking to establish that run nice and early. Predominantly running team. was a gain of about 13 on the play. Gonzalez under center again. Gets ready to take the snap. Hands the ball off this time to the slot back coming around the left side. That's number still on his feet and not going down at the 20-yard line, number 24. Ever Lopez with a beautiful run. Nice run by the Cavaliers on that play. They will have the ball at the Sentinel 18-yard line.
First and 10, Cavaliers.
Snap. Hand off to Martinez again. He gets maybe 2 yards on the play. Angel Perez, number 30, as we're getting updated here. Love the teamwork. Sorry, I have not been running the downs here. There's a lot of things working here. So here we go. We're getting into it. Full swing of things. Gonzalez under center again. Martinez in the backfield. Handoff to Padilla around the right side. Padilla at the 10. Padilla, there's a flag on the play though. Padilla takes it down to the 2-yard line, but a penalty flag on the play.
Gain is good to the 1-yard line.
They're saying that's down at the 1-yard line, but let's see what the penalty is on the play. It looks like an illegal, oh no, it's going to be on the Sentinels. So that's going to be a first down for the Cavaliers from half the distance to the goal line, I am sure.
Penalties against Magnolia for a chop block against the defense. Advances the ball to a
So a chop block on the defense, not something you see every day.
first and goal.
It'll be first and goal for the Cavaliers, looking to punch it in and get an early score here. Hand off to Martinez, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Cavaliers. Art Martinez with a 1-yard TD. Santiago going for 2. Hand off to Martinez again, and PAT is good. So Cavaliers taking an 8-0 lead here early in the first quarter. 10 minutes left to go.
2-point attempt is good. Over 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Cavaliers 8, Sentinels nothing.
Cavaliers 8, Sentinels nothing. So Cavaliers coming out early, establishing the run, driving it down the field. 50-yard drive results in a touchdown. 50-yard, 4-play drive, I believe, resulting in a touchdown. Victor Garcia to kick for the Cavaliers. Back to receive for the Sentinels. Number 5, Dante Houston, and we'll get the other number soon. Kick is up. Beautiful kick. Over the head of number 22 and into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. That's Jordan Milton.
The end zone automatic touchback.
So the Sentinels will start their first drive
Be brought to
at
the 20-yard
the 20-yard line.
First and 10, Magnolia.
First and 10, Magnolia. Trying to do a lot here, trying to keep score, trying to run graphics. Some things might lag a little bit behind, but we're doing our best. Only 2 of us here tonight. Usually 30-man crew on these NFL and college broadcasts, but we make it work. The Sentinels coming out for their first drive. Again, ball at the 20-yard line. Looks like number 1 under center or number 3 under center? Number 1 under center. Cavaliers immediately snuff that run out and get the ball back. That's going to be Cavalier football. So Cavaliers starting this game off as amazingly as you can. Getting a fumble on the first play of the Sentinel drive. And they'll have that ball at the Sentinel 18-yard line, 17-yard line. So Cavaliers looking to establish themselves early here. Doing a good job so far. As this crowd is fired up. Gonzalez under center. Martinez in the backfield. Pitch to Martinez to the left side. Martinez gets tripped up by number 2, Giovanni Flores, I'm sorry. It's going to bring up second down for the Cavaliers. We're calling it a gain of a yard on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 16-yard line. Gonzalez and Martinez in the backfield. Gonzalez takes the snap, hands the ball off to number 24. That's Ever Lopez, who gets a gain of about 6 yards on the play. Ball's going to be at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Cavaliers, first and goal from the 6-yard line.
Ball at the 7-yard line.
Ball at the 7-yard line, so that's first and goal. Ball handed off to number 26, Jared Cruz, who goes up the middle. Maybe a gain of 2 yards on the play. Ball's going to be at the 5-yard line. Elijah Grijalva, number 2 on the carry.
Second and goal.
Second and goal for the Cavaliers. That one's not going to go right for the Cavaliers as Gonzalez gets tackled for a loss of about 8 yards on the play.
14-yard line loss of 9 yards on the play.
Calling it a loss of 9 yards. Ball now on the 14-yard line still, or now 3rd and goal. Cavaliers not making it easy for themselves, although this can be looked at as a bonus drive here. Gonzalez getting ready to take the snap. Martinez in the backfield. Hands off to Padilla, who takes it around the right side. Padilla getting some blocks. Padilla takes it to about the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and goal for the Cavaliers. 4th and goal from about the 3-yard line. Marking it between the 3 and 4-yard line. Cavaliers lining up to go for it. Gonzalez in the backfield with Martinez. Hand off to Martinez, who takes it right up the middle for a touchdown for the Cavaliers.
Touchdown, Cavaliers.
So the Cavaliers jumping out to a nice 14-0 lead here early in the first quarter. Cavaliers again lined up to go for two. Padilla around the right side, and they're going to get in. 2-point conversion good for the Cavaliers as they take a 16-0 lead here. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So Martinez with 2 touchdowns. I believe he scored the first touchdown. If he didn't, I apologize. Try to keep track. It's just a little difficult. Cavaliers lined up to kick the ball off one more time. Victor Garcia again. And deep back deep for the Magnolia Sentinels, Dante Houston. And the Sentinels lining up, expecting a squib or a onside kick. So Dante Houston is back there by himself. And the kick is deep, fielded by Houston at about the 12-yard line. Takes to the 20, 25. Gets brought down at about the 29-yard line. So that's where the Sentinels will take over for their second drive. Looking and hoping to have a different outcome from their first drive, which resulted in a fumble on the very first play from scrimmage for them. So here you go, 6:28 to go here in the first quarter. Still an early ball game. Cavaliers up 16-0. Lined up at quarterback for the Sentinels, Andres Molo. Back there with them looks to be number 32, Joseph Mendoza. Sentinels going nowhere on that play. Cavaliers sniffed that one out from the start. And that was number 30, Samuelu Adams. That's going to be second down. Looking like a loss of maybe 1 yard on the play, maybe got to the line of scrimmage. Sentinels in shotgun. Malo back there with Adams. Looks to pass. Has a man open to his left. Oh, and pass broken up by the Cavaliers. The intended receiver, number 3, Nico Mendoza. It's going to be third down. Sentinels looking to get something going here on offense early. Cavaliers looking to probably come out and make a statement after falling behind last week against Estancia. Their game plan going into this week was to just play Santiago football and just not let it get away from them early on here in the ball game. Malo again lined up in shotgun. Gets ready to take the snap. Looks to pass again, looks to his right, has number 5 open and dropped. Pass intended for Dante Houston. Leaping to try to make the catch, but could not come down with it. That is going to bring up fourth down for the Sentinels. Sentinels electing to go for it here. Malo back there at QB. Looks like Samuelu Adams behind. two wide receivers. Oh, no, they're doing a quick kick. No, broken play. He's running to the left side and gets a gain of about, call it 5 yards on the play. So that's going to be Santiago football. And that's Andres Moyo. So that's 1st and 10 from the Sentinel 29-yard line for the Cavaliers.
Ball is marked at the Sentinels 33-yard line.
Oh, they're calling it a 33-yard line.
1st and 10, Cavaliers.
My fault. That's going to be from the 33-yard line. The first, yeah. So the thing is you can see on the screen are the chain gang's in the wrong place. They threw me for a loop. So that one's not on me, folks. As the Cavaliers look to get their 3rd drive started. Gonzalez under center with Martinez in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops back to pass. First pass of the game complete to number 4. Takes it around the left side, still on his feet at the 20, 25. Ball's on the ground. And it looks like that's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a fumble. Jesse Fuentes with a beautiful reception and a nice run after catch, but couldn't hold on to the ball as it hits the turf, and the Sentinels will get the ball one more time. Or not one more. They were always going to get it one more time, but you know what I mean. So 1st and 10 Sentinels from about the 13-yard line. Snap, handoff to number 30, Samuelu Adams, and goes nowhere. It's going to be 2nd down for Magnolia as I forget to give them the ball. So here we go. We're back to normal. Like I said, a lot of shuffling, a lot of switching of things here. Trying to make sure everything is running smoothly.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
So they're going to call it no gain on the play as it's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 13-yard line. Sentinels looking to make something happen here on this drive. Coming out in a single back formation. Moyo getting ready to take the snap, hands it off. Nope, fakes the hands off, keeps it to himself to the left side, or to the right side. Ball on the ground. And they're going to say he was down. So Cavaliers looking to try to get that ball back. Looks like it was a gain of about 6 yards on the play. Ball on the Sentinel 19-yard line. They're calling it a 6-yard gain.
Phoenix to the Magnolia 18-yard line. 3rd down.
3rd down. So Sentinels not able to get something going here early on offense as we near 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Cavaliers jumping out to a nice 16-0 lead. Magnolia receivers out there ready for the play. The rest of the offense still in the huddle as they gingerly walk to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they are waiting on the referee to signal them to go, and we've got a little bit of a, not really sure what is going on here. Seems like a long time between plays.
Correct time on the clock, 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
So they were asking for time to be put back on the clock, so a little closer to 4 minutes left here in the first quarter with that reset of the clock. Moyo comes out, lines up in shotgun. One man to his left, 2 wide receivers. Drops back to pass, feels the pressure, rolls out to his left. lets go of the ball, and that's going to fall innocently to the turf. It's going to be 4th down for the Sentinels. Santiago defense not giving anything up here early on, holding the Sentinels deep in their own territory 2 drives in a row. Let's see what the Sentinels decide to do. Last drive, they faked a quick punt and then ended up running the ball for a gain of about 5 yards, still turning the ball over on downs. Here we go as they break the huddle. Moyo in the backfield with Adams. 2 wide receivers. Whoa, and it looks like they might have themselves a 1st down. Looks like some movement on the line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Sentinels as the Cavaliers jumped off sides. Actually, that is going to be on the Sentinels, a false start. So still 4th down. And they just get driven back a little bit more. Ball now on the 19-yard line. So 4th and 9 from the 19-yard line. Sentinels coming out again. Moyo back there with Adams. 3 wide receivers this time. Adams takes a snap, and it's just going to be a punt. It's going to land at the 30-yard line and take a little Sentinel bounce and land at about the 38-yard line.
At the Magnolia 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Signing up.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Cavaliers from the 38-yard line as they start their 3rd drive. The last one, unfortunately, ending with a fumble. So Cavaliers looking to get that one back and hopefully get into the end zone to extend this score. 3:32 left to go here in the 1st quarter. Gonzalez under center with Martinez in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off to the slot back coming around the left side. He's at the 35, the 30, he's at the 25, still on his feet, the 20, still on his feet at the 15, still on his feet, driving to the 10-yard line. Who was that? That was number 24, Ever Lopez, with a beautiful gain.
Ever Lopez on the carry. Gain is good to the Magnolia 9-yard line.
Ball on the Magnolia 9-yard line. So gain of about 19 yards on the play. So 1st and goal for the Cavaliers. Already knocking on the end zone's door here. Looking to extend this 16-0 lead with 3 minutes left to go here in the 1st quarter. Gonzalez getting ready to take the snap, hands the ball off to Martinez, takes it up the middle, and brought down at about the 1-yard line.
Martinez on the carry. Gain is good to the 1-yard line. Mark it at the
Ball's at about the .75-yard line. Cavaliers looking to punch it in. Gonzalez under center. Gets ready to take the snap. Hand off to Martinez, who is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown Cavaliers as they extend their lead here at Michael Mansour Stadium. So Cavaliers extending their lead here. Now leading 22-0. That drive only 4 plays long. Cavaliers going for 2 one more time. Hand off to Padilla, who gets taken down in the backfield. So 2-point conversion, no good.
An attempt for the 2-point play.
The Cavaliers lead 22-0 here in the first quarter.
22, Sentinels, nothing.
Cavaliers lining up to kick the ball off. The familiar number 7, Victor Garcia, lining up to kick the ball off. Back deep for the Sentinels, of course. Andreas Moyo. And he's all by his lonesome deep back there to receive the ball. Magnolia looking to start their 3rd drive of the game. The kick is up. Deep kick, fielded at about the 12-yard line, taken to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, and brought down at about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 18 yards on the play. And that wasn't Moyo, I apologize. That was Dante Houston on the return.
Kick return is brought back to the Magnolia 30-yard line.
And they're marking that at the 30-yard line.
And
1st and 10 for the Sentinels as they start their 4th drive of the night. The last one ending in 5 plays and a punt. Of course, a penalty mixed in there. Moyo lined up with Adams. 2 wide receivers spread to either side of the field. Moyo getting ready to take the snap under center. Hands off to Adams, takes it up the middle. Tries to squeeze it out to the left and nothing doing. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
there is stop for no gain on the play.
2nd down for the Sentinels, again, forgetting to hit that down button.
Moyo. Back over.
Cavalier defense continuing where they left off in their first few drives. Sentinels getting ready to take the snap.
Hi, can I possibly get up there? I'm with Magnolia.
So it's actually on the other side where you get in.
Go to the other
Yeah.
side.
Played. Flag on the play.
We had someone here on at the door. Again, sometimes this is what we get here. Garden Grove Unified, as that last play resulted in a penalty. So let's see what the call is.
Penalty is pass interference.
It's going to be pass interference on the Cavaliers, so it looks like that's going to bring up a 1st down. 1st down for the Sentinels, the 45-yard line.
Resulted in penalty moves the ball to the Sentinels 45-yard line and a 1st down.
So Sentinels going the right way, even though it was by way of penalty. Moyo lined up under center, Adams behind him, 2 wide receivers spread out. Ball on the ground, and it looks like it was recovered by Moyo.
On play, recovered by Magnolia.
So Magnolia escaping
Quarterback
some more disaster here in the first quarter as the clock is winding down. Now under a minute left to go here. Moyo bringing in the play from the sideline. Santiago defense ready. This should very well be the last play of the first quarter as the clock is now under 30 seconds. Moyo getting ready to take the snap. Now communicating with his running back as the clock is still running. Back under center. And we're going to have a flag on the play, so I spoke too soon. This will not be the last play of the first quarter.
Ball is against Magnolia for delay of game.
Delay of game on the Sentinels. Not surprising there. The clock was running for quite a long time before they ran a play. It's going to result in a replay of second down.
Second and 17.
Second and 17 now. Moyo under center. Takes the snap. Rolls out to pass. Has Houston open. A quick dump off. Oh, dangerous play. Pass intended to look like for Deontay Houston. Ulysses Velez gets a play on the ball, and actually it was almost intercepted by the Cavaliers. And I did speak too soon with that pass. That definitely wasn't the last play. So 2 plays that should have been the last play. So now we have 1 more play to go here in the first quarter. Maybe I should stop saying that because every time I say that, it doesn't happen. So third down here again from the 45-yard line. Actually, ball's on the 38-yard line. Moyo in shotgun, 2 wide receivers out to the left, takes a snap, looks to pass, lets the ball go, and overthrows his receiver. So we will have, yet again, 1 more play here in the first quarter. 5 seconds left on the clock. Sentinels running their 18th play, heading to 19 now. Cavaliers only 14 plays with a 22-0 lead here in the first quarter. These 2 teams, of course, used to be league mates back in the Crestview League. Way back in 1962. Moyo takes a snap, has to run it, rolls out to his right side, and just slides down to end the first quarter. And as the first quarter ends, your Santiago Cavaliers have themselves a 22-0 lead and will be getting the ball to start the second quarter. It's been an old school football game so far. Cavaliers just running the ball. Big plays here and there. Art Martinez scoring a few touchdowns. So Cavaliers look to start their 5th drive of the game. They'll have some good field position while doing so. Ball's going to be marked at the 37-yard line or 38-yard line, so that's going to be a nice field position for the Cavaliers as they are set to begin with a short field. Chain gang always a little bit delayed in getting lined up. As you can see, the 2 chain gangs and the down marker personnel not on the same page. Anyway, like I said, Magnolia and Santiago used to be in the Crestview League together from 1962 to 1965. And Santiago actually got themselves a Crestview League championship back in 1964 before moving to the Garden Grove League for good in 1966. Of course, the Sentinels got themselves a few Crestview League titles as well. Can't remember the exact number, but I believe it might be 2. Gonzalez gets ready to take the snap. Martinez back behind him. Hand off to Martinez right up the middle, and he gets away big time. He's at the 30. And gets dragged down at about the 28-yard line, but not before getting himself a first down. Or actually, they're going to mark him just short of the first down. Ball's going to be at the 29-yard line.
Ball Ball's marked at the Magnolia 29-yard line, second and 1.
Martinez running hard, almost getting the first down right there on that first play. Cavaliers coming out now, getting ready to run their second play of this drive. Martinez back there with Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking to pass. Complete, taken to the 20. First down to the 15, and still on his feet is Jesse Fuentes, who just cannot be brought down. Fuentes taken down. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Right now the ball spotted at the 15-yard line, but let's see what the call on the field is. It's going to be a personal foul, face mask on the Sentinels, so a little bit of extra yardage for the Cavaliers. Ball is now at the 9-yard line, so first and goal for the Cavaliers. Actually, at the 8-yard line.
8-yard line, first and goal.
So first and goal here for the Cavaliers. Gonzalez Gamery takes the snap, hands it off to number 3, Nicholas Salazar, who gets into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for the Cavaliers.
Nicholas Salazar on the carry.
So Santiago now taking a commanding 28-0 lead here in the second quarter with 10:33 to go. Salazar scoring that TD, his first of the night. Cavaliers this time electing to kick a field goal. And there's a flag on the play. False start on the Cavaliers, so that's going to drive them back just a bit. So they will line up to attempt this one more time. It looks like the field goal team is still out there. Garcia back there to kick. Padilla on the hold. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Oh, the kick is no good. I apologize.
Wide right.
Kick going wide right, and as a Florida State fan, that is trauma to my ears, but nevertheless, the Cavaliers have themselves a 28-0 lead here at Michael Mansour Stadium over the Magnolia Sentinels. Garcia getting right back out there to kick another field goal, or another kickoff, that is. He's going to have to ice that leg tonight. Probably going to be sore by the time this game is through, as he is out there for his 4th kickoff of the night. Back deep to receive for the Sentinels is Dante Houston. Magnolia getting ready to start their 5th drive of the game. Kick is up. Fielded by Houston at about the 8-yard line. Gets the 15, the 20, 25, 30, 35, and tripped up at about the 35-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is here. Pretty clean game so far, not too many flags. So let's see what the call is as a referee's conference here at about the 35-yard line. It's going to be a block in the back on the Sentinels, so that's going to drive them back. So what was a nice little return of about 25 yards Now ends up being a return of about 15 as the ball's going to be first down for the Sentinels. Moyo back there under center. He's got one wide receiver. Adams back there with him. Takes the ball himself up the middle for maybe a gain of about 2 yards. Moyo gets the play from the sideline. Magnolia getting a few more spectators since the game started. Might be that far drive from Anaheim. Moyo and Adams in the backfield, one wide receiver to the top of the screen. Moyo under center, takes a snap, fakes a handoff to Adams, looks to throw the ball. That's going to be incomplete. No one in the vicinity of that one. It's going to bring up a third down for the Sentinels. Ball at about the 27-yard line. Moyo in shotgun this time, two wide receivers, Adams to his left. Takes the snap, looks to pass to his right. Has a man wide open, caught 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And that's going to be Dante Houston with the touchdown. 75-yard touchdown for the Sentinels. Caught the Cavaliers napping a little bit on that one. So the Sentinels getting on the board here in the second quarter, cutting that Cavalier lead down to 22 at the moment. Sentinels look to go for two. Looks to pass, and that's going to be good. 2-point conversion caught by Giovanni Flores.
Score of 9:25 to play in the first half. Cavaliers 28, Sentinels 8.
And let me fix the score there. So that was not for the Cavaliers. So Magnolia getting into the action with a big home run play. Let's see how the Cavaliers respond here. Number 89 and Daniel Padilla back there to return for the Cavaliers. We will get number 89's name at halftime to make sure we are attributing all the great things he will be doing tonight. So the Cavalier defense breaking a little bit on that one, giving up a 73-yard touchdown to the Sentinels. Dante Houston wide open there on the right side of the field and just streaks right down the right sideline to get into the end zone. So let's see how this Cavalier offense answers right now. Getting ready to kick the ball for the Sentinels, Aiden Lopez. Quick squibber, ball pounced on at about the 36-yard line. And that's where the Cavaliers will take over. So ball actually at about the 38-yard line. Gonzalez under center, takes the snap, looks to pass, quick pass to number 3 and broken up. Nice hit. Pass intended for Nicholas Salazar. Going to bring up second down for the Cavaliers. Met almost immediately when he had the ball in his hand, so a little bit tough to reel that one in. You see NFL players not able to bring those catches in either. Cavaliers with 2 wide receivers. Gonzalez takes a snap, hands off to Martinez, fumble on the play. Looks like the Cavaliers did recover the ball. Martinez met almost immediately in the backfield. It's going to be a loss. Loss of about 8 yards on the play. Third and 18 now. Cavaliers getting ready to run this third down play. Third and long here. And we've got a flag on the play.
Sideline warning.
It's going to be a sideline warning on the Sentinels, it looks like.
Gain or loss.
So no yards gained or lost on that flag, just a warning. Cavaliers now getting ready to run this third down play. Gonzalez takes a snap, looks to pass, feels the pressure, dumps the ball off to number 4 who catches it. Looking to find some yardage. That's Jesse Fuentes. It's going to bring up fourth down at about the 40-yard line, so Fuentes picking up, or I'm sorry, at the 35-yard line, so Fuentes picking up about 5 yards on the play. And it looks like the Cavaliers will punt the ball away. The punt is up and almost blocked. Houston back deep for the Sentinels to receive as the ball rolls right past him and he lets it go. Ball lands at about the 27-yard line, so that's where the Sentinels will be taking over on this next drive. That's where they had the ball on their last drive, where they ended up getting a 73-yard touchdown reception from Moyo to Houston. Holding the Cavaliers in check on that last drive, Sentinels looking to get back into this game. It is still early as they trail 28-8 here in the second quarter. And it's a flag on the Cavaliers on that play, legal participation, so the Sentinels are about to get a few extra yards here. Looks like they're talking it over. They're discussing it to see where this ball is going to be spotted at. And that's just going to be a 5-yard penalty. So ball now spotted at about the 32-yard line. I'm sure the Sentinels will gladly take that one. Moyo in shotgun. He's got himself 2 wide receivers. Houston spread out to the right side, and Giovanni Flores here on the left. Adams in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, looks to pass. Houston again, the intended target. And Houston makes the catch. Hauls the ball in at about the
Miss Moyo pass.
46-yard line. So Moyo to Houston again, getting it done. And actually, that's going to be marked at the 47-yard line.
For a first down. 47-yard line of the Cavaliers.
So 47-yard line, 32. A lot of yards on that play, about 21-yard gain. Same formation. Moyo takes the snap, this time passes it off to the left side and couldn't be brought in by Flores. It's going to bring up second down.
Receiver to Giovanni Flores.
Same formation one more time for Moyo. Adams in the backfield, Flores to the left. Houston up top. Takes the ball himself up the middle. And nothing going there as the Cavaliers stuff him on that play. It's going to bring up third down for the Sentinels.
Timeout. Magnolia.
We have a timeout by the Sentinels. So we talked about the district schools last week going 5-2. That brought the district record to 13-8 overall. So that's something we definitely love to see, our district schools trending in the right way here early on in the season, as everyone's got about 1 or 2 more games left to prepare for the start of the league seasons. Of course, our schools in 3 different leagues. We've got the Garden Grove League with Santiago, La Quinta, Bolsa, Rancho, La Quinta. We've got the Empire League with Pacifica, and of course we've got Garden Grove in the Big 4 League. Of course, Garden Grove running off of about 9 league championships in a row before they were moved to the Big 4 League, and since then Rancho has kind of taken over, winning the last 4. Looking to make that 5 in a row here. But of course, Santiago will have something to say about that. And most likely that last game of the season between these two will be for the Garden Grove League Championship. Sentinels coming out this time with 3 wide receivers. Empty backfield for Moyo as Adams, Flores, and Houston are lined up at receiver. Moyo takes the ball, quick pass to his tight end, picked up, ball at the 35. Tight end still on his feet at the 30, still on his feet, driving to about the 26-yard line. Gain of about 19 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a first down for the Sentinels. So Sentinels coming out with a little bit of urgency and coming out ready to play here in the second quarter, not wanting to get into too much of a deficit.
Gain is good with the Cavaliers. 27 yards. And a first down.
Cavalier defense on their heels a little bit here, maybe not expecting the Sentinels to have this much of a fight after being down 28-0. Oh, ball on the ground. Ball's going to be blown, but whistle's going to be blown almost immediately. Actually, flag on the play, so let's see what the call is here on the field. We are patient. Referee still talking it over.
Penalties against Cavaliers. 12 men on the field.
Cavaliers with 12 men on the field, so that's going to put the Sentinels deeper into Cavalier territory. Still going to bring up second down.
Ball's moved to the Cavaliers' 22-yard line.
Ball now on the 22-yard line. And that's actually a replay of first down.
First and 5.
First and 5 now for the Sentinels. Moyo in an empty backfield one more time. Takes the snap, looks to pass to Houston. Lets the ball go and thrown behind him. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
Incomplete in the end zone.
Second down for the Sentinels.
Second down.
Sentinels looking to cut into this Santiago lead a little bit more before halftime. They will be getting the ball back after halftime, so if they can score here and hold the Cavaliers, they'll be in good position to really make it a ball game in the third quarter. Moyo again in an empty backfield, 3 wide receivers with Adams, Flores, and Houston all lined up outside. Moyo takes the snap, looks to pass. Tight end his target again. Tight end catches it at the 10, at the 5, still on his feet, rumbling down to about the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5-yard line.
And flag on the play. Let's see what the call is here. Maybe a little bit of extracurricular activity after the play. Still awaiting the call here. Cavaliers starting off really hot on offense, scoring on their first 3 possessions. Actually scoring on 3 of their first 4 possessions. And it looks like this one's going to be against the Sentinels.
Penalty on the play. Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Sentinels, so the ball
Magnolia.
goes from the 4-yard line to the 19.
Cavaliers on the 19-yard line.
But that's still going to be a first down
Play was
for the Sentinels. But that's a big drop in yardage. I mean, you go from the 4-yard line to the 19. Your whole game plan at that point is now switched up, as Moyo is lined up here with an empty backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the top of the screen. Takes the snap, looks to pass, has Flores in mind. That's going to be picked off by, Daniel Padilla. Had that one slip right through the breadbasket. Padilla already has a few interceptions on the season, was about to add to that tally, and just could not hang on to it. So the Sentinels, after that penalty, takes them from the 4 to the 19. Escape, certain disaster there. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Moyo this time with Adams in the backfield, Flores to his left and Houston to his right. Takes the snap, looks to pass, looks over Houston's way, has some pressure, lets the ball go. And that's going to be an incomplete pass. Going to bring up third down for the Sentinels. They are on their 8th play of this drive, so sustaining a pretty long drive here for the Sentinels, keeping this Cavalier offense off the field and the defense on the field. And I think that might be the 9th play here of this drive. Actually, the 9th play of the drive coming up right now on this third down play. 3rd and 10 to go from the 19-yard line. Adams and Moyo in the backfield. Flores to the bottom of your screen. Houston to the top. Adams now lining up at receiver, so Moyo in an empty backfield. Takes the snap, looks to pass. Houston immediately is target, this time picked off. So the Cavaliers finally get themselves that interception that eluded them. Victor Garcia coming up with the interception to give the Cavaliers the ball back. So the Cavaliers will be taking that ball over at about the 7-yard line, at their own 7-yard line, so deep in their own territory. But taking points away from the Sentinels here and getting the ball back for their offense. Gonzalez and Martinez in the backfield. Elijah Grijalva at receiver. Padilla taking that ball up the middle, getting to about the 25-yard line, getting himself a first down.
On the carry for the Cavaliers, gain is good to the 25-yard line.
Gain of 18 on the play? Gain of 18 on that play. Cavaliers starting off their 7th drive with a nice run by Daniel Padilla. We've got a referee timeout on the field. Got a player down. Looks like a Magnolia player down, and we hope he will be getting up shortly. Cavaliers looking to extend this lead before halftime. Of course, as I mentioned, the Sentinels will be getting the ball back. It's good to see that Magnolia player walking off under his own power. We've got 4 minutes and 57 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Cavaliers getting ready to run this play. Gonzalez and Martinez in the backfield. Hand off to number 24 on the left side. Ball hits the turf, but he picks it up. So Ever Lopez avoiding disaster and avoiding giving the ball right back to the Sentinels on that play. And that brings up second down. From the 23-yard line. So a loss of about 2 on that play.
Second and 13.
Calling it a loss of 3, so it's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Cavaliers. Gonzalez and Martinez. Gonzalez pitch back to Padilla. Padilla takes it around the right side. Flags on the play. Padilla still on his feet at the 30, at the 35, and dragged out, pushed out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. But flag on the play. Referees conferencing to see what the call is. Looks like it's most likely going to be against the Cavaliers. But I've been wrong many, many, many times before here. It's going to be a personal foul. Something on the Cavaliers. And that actually, so there's offsetting penalties. So penalties on both teams. So what they're going to do is just replay that second down. So still replay that second down. Told you I've been wrong before. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, folks. And actually, I thank you for tuning in here to this Thursday edition of Garden Grove Unified School District's High School Football Friday night. Santiago Cavaliers with an early lead over the Magnolia Sentinels, 28-8. Cavaliers lining up to run this second down play. Gonzalez in under center. Martinez to his back. Hand off to Martinez, who gets met immediately in the backfield by a host of Sentinels. That's going to bring up third down for the Cavaliers. But more laundry. Second half, the second quarter here, a lot more flags flying compared to the first quarter where we really didn't see that many. Here we go as we await the call. Something on the Sentinels. Referee put his hands behind his back, so someone's under arrest here at Mansour Stadium. It's going to be a replay of second down here for the Santiago, so the third time is always the charm here on second down. Ball now at the 26-yard line.
3rd and 7.
Actually, 3rd and 7. I'm not sure what happened. Confusion everywhere. And we're going to have another flag on the play. This time, it looks like it's going to be offsides on the defense. So Santiago getting some free yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 yards. This time from the 34-yard line. Gonzalez with the snap, hands the ball off to Padilla over to the left side, and he's brought down almost immediately. So nothing doing on that play, gets to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Couldn't even keep track of how many plays there were on that drive. But that's going to bring up 4th and 2 for the Cavaliers, and let's see what the call is here. Cavaliers lined up, looking like they are going to go for it. Gonzalez under center with Martinez in the backfield. Hand off to Martinez to the left side. He picks up the first down, it looks like, if the referee spot it where he's initially at. All depends on the spot here. And it certainly looks like they will have the first down. Santiago lining up quickly to get back and get their next play off. We're going to have a referee timeout. They're going to come out and measure. It's going to be really close here. It looks like Santiago might, from up here, it looks like the Cavaliers might be short on this one. Initially, the referee on the sideline there, the side judge, from where he was at, looked like they had easily got this first down. But now where they're at, it looks like it's going to be very close, maybe inches short. And here we go. Let's see. It's going to be close. And it's going to be short. That is going to be Sentinel football. So the Sentinels starting with good field position here. So Cavaliers, again, failing to get any points out of a drive. Looks like we're gonna have a timeout, Cavaliers. So 2:06 left to go here in the first half, 28-8 Cavalier lead. Sentinels getting the ball back at the Cavalier 36-yard line, though. So they're in good field position. Sentinels looking to start their 7th drive. Coach Osbath there talking to the head referee, telling him how great he is and how much he appreciates his work. Thanking him for a job well done so far tonight, is what I assume is going on. So here we go as the Sentinels come out for their 7th drive. Ball on the 36-yard line. In good territory. Let's see if they can punch it in and shorten up this lead before going into halftime. Again, they will be getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter, so a score here would be big for the Sentinels if they would like to win this game, and I can almost bet you that they do. Moyo in a single back set, Adams in the backfield, Houston to the top of the screen, Flores to the bottom. Moyo rolls out, looks to pass to Houston. Nope, passed off to the tight end who gets tripped up by his own man, but not before getting a gain of about 10 yards. That's going to be a first down for the Sentinels. Ball now at the 26-yard line. Cavaliers right now getting a little bit beat up by the pass. Sentinels establishing that game nice and early. Single back formation, empty backfield formation for Moyo, who passes it out to Houston, but Houston cannot reel it in, so that's going to bring up a second down for the Sentinels. So right now it's no secret what the Sentinels are trying to do. They're really trying to establish that pass and just control the skies right now. Nothing to worry about so far here for the Cavaliers, as they have pretty much really held the Sentinels in check, aside from one long home run play there in the 1st quarter, or 2nd quarter maybe. It's been a long 2nd quarter. Single backfield shotgun for Moyo. He's got Adams to his left. Drops back to pass. Has number 17 in his sights, Ulysses Velez. But that's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Looks like we have a timeout by Magnolia. So Magnolia have been around since 1961. Although they don't have a lot of rich history as some of the other high school teams. Magnolia was the place where legendary Orange County coach John Barnes got his start. John Barnes was at Magnolia in 1978, where he led the Sentinels to a 2-6-1 record. Of course, Coach Barnes goes over to Los Alamitos and builds that program into one of the prominent public school programs, and you can even argue one of the prominent programs as a whole here in Orange County, battling with Long Beach Poly, modern day, Esperanza early in the 90s, so that Sunset League, and they're still up there. Number 1 player in the country, quarterback Malachi, why can't I think of his last, Malachi Nelson, at Los Al now. So still, that's the program that Coach Barnes built, and it's still flourishing even after he is enjoying his retirement. So Sentinels come out lined up for a 3rd and 10. Empty backfield for Moyo, 3 wide receivers. Looks to pass, feels the pressure, gets taken down. That's number 33. Don't know who that was, number 33. We'll get his name too. I heard him something. Someone did something for Santiago, and it was good. And that brings up 4th down. It's a loss of 1 on the play, so 27-yard line is where they'll spot it. Sentinels empty backfield again, 3 wide receivers. Moyo getting ready to take the snap, looks to his left, passes to Houston. Houston again, this time getting the 1st down at about the 10-yard line. So Moyo to Houston is a combination we've heard a few times tonight. going to bring up a first down for the Sentinels as the clock is winding down here. 46 seconds and counting to go here in the second quarter. Sentinels don't look like they're in too much of a hurry to run a play, walking leisurely to the ball here. First and 10, Moyo with Adams in the backfield. Takes the snap, looks to his right, looking for Houston. Nope. Pass incomplete, so that's going to stop the clock and bring up a second down. Pass intended for Giovanni Flores, but couldn't come up with it. Again, Sentinels looking to shorten up this lead before the end of the first half. They will be getting the ball to start the third quarter. And starting the third quarter with a 2-score deficit is a lot better than starting it with a 3-score deficit. Sentinels calling for a timeout. 26 seconds left to go here at Michael Mansour Stadium. Santiago Cavaliers with a commanding 28-8 lead here over the Magnolia Sentinels. Cavaliers looking to extend their record to 3-1. Sentinels looking to get a good mark in the win column as they are 0-3 on the young season. It's a beautiful night here, not too hot, not too cold, not rainy like last week. Couldn't ask for any better weather. As the Cavalier cheerleaders are getting this crowd pumped up. Sentinels now coming out to run this second down play. Trips bunch right for the Sentinels. Adams in the backfield with Moyo. Drops back to pass. Rolls out. And that is caught, but well defended. Caught by number 16, Derek Klein. 9 seconds and counting. Sentinels better hurry up and run this play. And they're just gonna spike the ball. That's actually a fourth down for the Sentinels. So one play left. They need to get into the end zone. 4 seconds left to go here. So barring a penalty, this will be the end of, or this will be the last play of the half. Adams in the backfield with Moyo, 2 receivers to the left. Here we go. Gets rid of the ball, and that's going to be incomplete. We're going to head into halftime here at Michael Mansour Stadium. Cavaliers will be taking a 28-8 lead into halftime. So not a bad first half for the Cavaliers as they jump out to a quick 28-0 lead. Second quarter, not much doing for the Cavaliers. They're slowing up a little bit. Let's see if they come out of the half with a little bit more energy, a little bit more, not urgency, because you really don't have to be urgent when you're up 28-8, but maybe a little bit calmed down. They adjust to the Magnolia game plan. The Magnolia, the Sentinels did a good job of adjusting there in the second quarter as they got on to the scoreboard. And right now we're gonna take a quick break, but we've got the band coming out onto the field, and we will catch you in about 14 minutes here. Again, Cavaliers up 28-8 on the Sentinels here at Michael Mansour Stadium. I am David Mora, and you are watching Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday Night Special Thursday Edition. So here we are, Michael Mansour Stadium, halftime. Magnolia Sentinels 8, Santiago Cavaliers 28. And I am now joined by our district athletic director, who's in charge of all the GGUSD athletics social media platforms, Dave Mamelli. Dave, how's it going?
It's going great. Happy to be here.
We are happy to have you here. First guest of the GGUSD High School Football Friday Night Show.
First of many, I'm sure.
First of many. A lot of you. We were going to have some guests here for the Garden Grove game. We ran into some Wi-Fi issues, but that just all set it up for you to be the first guest, which is fitting because of all of the things that you have helped kind of, do to pave the way for us to be here to broadcast. So it's only fitting for you to, be the first guest here. You make your rounds to all of the schools to, you have a system down where you're hitting every school and every sport. It's got to be mind-numbing to figure all that out.
Well, it's an honor to be here again. I'm happy to work with you. I know you do a ton of work here. I hope everyone listening understands how much of a talent and a resource David Moore is for our district and what we're doing here.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoy going out. Again, this is still in my first year as district athletic director. The position was created last year, and I'm having a blast going out to each of our 7 high schools, getting to know our coaches and our players and our admin at each school, and it's been great. And really has been eye-opening for me, all the talent and great people that we have in our district, and hopefully we can continue to highlight and support them with stuff like this.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I hear all the time up there, all the superintendents are just always, gushing about how you've done so much with athletics and all of the great things you're doing as far as promoting them and taking photos, and you're uploading photos for all of the families to see. You're not putting them behind a paywall. You're putting them up on the GGUSDathletics.com webpage. So if you see Dave around your campus and he's taking pictures, you can know that in about 15-20 minutes he's going to be editing his photos on his phone like a pro. Something even I don't do. I just get my JPEGs and I throw them up. If it's a little bit too dark, I apologize, but Dave's a consummate professional. He's out there on the fly editing and getting things out there for our students, and that's what this is here for. It's to support our players, their families, our student bodies, and to just really highlight the athletes here in Garden Grove Unified School District, where they might not get the exposure through traditional media.
Yeah, again, GGUSD Athletics, we're on all social media, and again, as you mentioned, we will display pictures, and much of what we are limited to in social media, we take a lot more pictures than that, and again, those are meant for all of our stakeholders in our schools, our players, our families, our teachers, everybody. So if you're inclined to, please visit ggusdathletics.com, take a look at the pictures, and feel free to download and take them all. Again, there's no paywall, there's no watermarks or anything. Those pictures are for our communities.
And these aren't just your Facebook pictures that you download and they're like 2 megabytes and they're blurry when you try to blow. These are, full scale, full resolution photos taken from a professional grade camera. So no iPhone, Android potato pictures here. These are the real deal. So we've got 35 seconds left here as the teams are warming up to come out for the second half. Santiago looking to kind of get back to how they were dominating this game in the first quarter. What were your thoughts there for the first quarter for the Cavaliers here, Dave?
Yeah, they obviously started off real strong. I think Magnolia, came out and was a little shell-shocked at first, and they appear to have settled down, and the game has appeared to even out here. It's always interesting, though, and fun to see what was talked about at halftime in the locker rooms, what kind of adjustments the coaches have made. And the second half is a brand new ball game. We'll see what happens here.
And we know the Santiago coaches really know how to fire up this team and give them adjustments to come out in the second half and take over, as they overcame that 18-point deficit last week and scored 22 unanswered points. So I'm sure these kids are ready for this third quarter.
Yeah, they certainly are battle-tested for this situation to come out and bounce back in the second half and kind of continue what they did in the first quarter.
Definitely just a little bit of settling down needs to happen for the Cavaliers. Maybe caught off guard by that Magnolia passing game, that long 75-yard touchdown from Moyo to Houston, putting the Sentinels on the board here, and they've connected a few times here in the second quarter. So most likely Magnolia looking to run that duo one more time to get themselves back into this ball game. They put a few minutes back on the clock for the teams to warm up, so we're about 2 minutes away from the start of the third quarter. And Magnolia will be receiving the kick as they deferred at the coin toss. And there is no touchdown for the Sentinels. There we go. Graphics have a mind of their own here. And at this moment, I just want to give a shout out to the Santiago High School administration team. That's Principal Christine Pyle, Assistant Principal Marcy Pena, Assistant Principal in his first year at Santiago and in Garden Grove Unified School District, Heriberto Olive, and longtime Santiago High School Assistant Principal Judy Kirksey. So shout out to them. They are a wonderful group, and they are over there making the Santiago train chug along. And I mentioned earlier, not a bad showing for a Thursday night football game here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, this is a good crowd for a Thursday night. Again, Thursday night. It was senior night tonight. I know they were super excited about that. But yeah, good showing here for Santiago.
Yeah, and even with we've got a district event going on down the street at the Great Wolf Lodge, so still a good turnout here. Of course, with 67 schools, there's always going to be some conflict with district events and school events. But They make it work. So Dave used to be the athletic director over at Pacifica High School before he moved to his district AD role. And I've got a little interesting tidbit here, Dave. Pacifica, a really dominant football team in the late 90s and early 2000s here in the Garden Grove League. On 2 occasions, Pacifica was undefeated in league and into the season with 1 loss. Back in 1998 and again in 2004. Both seasons ending with Pacifica at 5-1 in league. 2 losses to Santiago.
Wow.
Big time upsets. One was a 60-49 shootout back in 2004 when Pacifica was nearing the end of their second tenure in the Garden Grove League. So Santiago just, not afraid to surprise people.
No, yeah, and that's against 2 separate coaches, right? That was Coach Craven the first time and Coach Gardner the second time, right?
Yeah, so 2 big wins. I do remember that 2004 win, and you looking in the newspaper and even being surprised at not only the score, but the fact that Santiago did pull that out, because Pacifica at that point had really taken over the Garden Grove League from the stranglehold that the Los Amigos Lobos had for those 3 previous years.
Yep.
So here we go as the teams are lined up for the kickoff. Of course, Santiago kicking the ball off here. Victor Garcia lined up for the kick. Houston back to receive for Magnolia. Nice kick, and that will be in there for a touchback. You don't see many high school kickers getting it right into the end zone like that. So
no, it's pretty rare. It's always nice when you can double up with your soccer programs and get a nice soccer person in there.
And Santiago with a very good soccer program, a few CIF championship game appearances, and
both the boys and the girls.
Yeah, good programs over there. Of course, Santiago not really known as being a football school. They've had some really good basketball teams on both the boys and girls side, as well as soccer teams. But football has been known to get in there every now and then and make some noise here in the Garden Grove League.
Yeah, this is a good club this year. I think they're going to make a lot of noise in the Garden Grove League.
Moyo under center with Adams in the backfield. Quick pass to his left. Pass intended for Flores, incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Sentinels. Sentinels with 2 wide receivers. Moyo in the backfield, Adams to his left. The snap, looks to pass, feels the pressure, decides to run, eludes a tackle, still on his feet, and taken down at about the 30-yard line. Depending on where the snap, he might have a first down here.
Great hustle there by number 90, Alex Rios, coming from the weak side end to come over and help out on that tackle.
Definitely saved a big play, limiting the damage to about 10 yards there. Gain of about 11 actually on the play. So Sentinels still rolling here on offense even after the halftime. Moyo, quick pass to Houston. Eludes a few tackles, but didn't go anywhere as he's brought down by Victor Garcia. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Sentinels. And a loss of about 4 on the play. Loss of 3. I'm always about 1 yard off. Sentinels with 2 wide receivers. Moyo in shotgun with Adams to his left. Houston in his familiar position. Moyo passes to his tight end, and once again they connect. Beautiful catch as he had two defenders flanked on him. Aiden Lopez on the catch.
Yeah, the Cavaliers had great coverage on that. That pass was really needled and threaded in there.
And we've seen that connection a few times tonight, and still always covered and able to just sneak that ball in there. Ball now on the 45-yard line. Moyo takes a snap, looks to pass to Houston, airs it out. Beautifully contested there.
Pass ball's incomplete. Second down.
That last play before the incomplete going for about 18 yards. Second down and 10 here for the Sentinels. Same formation. This time Adams now going to receiver. Moyo takes the snap. Looks to keep it himself and drag down and lets the ball go. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Third down for the Sentinels. That play looked like it was broken up, or broken from the start, as Moyo was running for his life there. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, credit to their quarterback, eluding that, able to get that ball off to a receiver or running back coming back to avoid the intentional grounding up, and here we go. Referees changed up there and did, in fact, call the intentional grounding. That ball didn't get anywhere near back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll end up being a big negative play for the Cavaliers.
Luckily, Dave's here because I wouldn't have figured that one out. I would have tried to figure out if it was going to be intentional grounding, if the rule's different than college and the pros, because there's just so much variation between the three levels.
There are, yeah, there's a lot of variation. A lot of times, parents not really sure. Sometimes even the refs aren't sure, but that's all part of the game one way or the other.
And that ball is back at almost the spot where they got that long pass play.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for the Cavaliers to flip the field here.
So ball now at the 21-yard line, 3rd and 35. Sentinels with the Raiders down in distance. Moyo rolls out to his right, has a man, number 17, eludes a man, takes the ball to about the 37-yard line. That was number 17, Ulysses Velez, on the reception and run after catch. Gain of about 16 on that play. That'll bring up 4th down for the Sentinels, though.
See if Magnolia comes out and attempts another quick kick, or if they're going to go for this one.
That quick kick always catches me by surprise, so I can only imagine the players, but they're probably a little bit more prepared than I am. Moyo with the snap. Nope, it's going to be a play. He's going to air it out. Houston, the intended receiver. And
great play.
Beautiful play by number 7, Victor Garcia, to get a hand on that and not allow Houston to get any chance to make that reception. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Cavaliers will have great field position. Looking to get back on track with a scoring possession here.
So they'll have a 1st and 10 from the Sentinel 37-yard line. So starting off in a great position as they look to score their first points in almost a quarter. Or over a quarter, actually. Cavaliers with one wide receiver, Gonzalez under center, Martinez in the backfield. Handoff to Padilla, who takes it to the right side. Padilla breaks out, flag on the play. As Padilla takes the ball down and drags a few defenders to the 23-yard line.
It should be a face mask against Magnolia.
As the referees discuss the call here. Personal foul, face mask on the Sentinels. Right on the nose, Dave.
Yeah, that's a big play for them. They obviously got the first down on the run, and they're going to tack on probably half the distance now at this point to the goal line.
That's going to put the Cavaliers all the way up at the 12-yard line. And it looks like more free yardage for the Cavaliers. We have an encroachment on the defense. That's what it's called at this level, right? I know in the NFL that's encroachment. There we go. When in doubt, you wait for the PA announcer to either prove you're wrong or prove you're right. Ball now at the 7-yard line. Gonzalez and Martinez in the backfield. Handoff to Martinez. Great play by the Sentinels, sniffing that one out from the get-go. It's going to bring up second down from the 7-yard line. Cavaliers still with a chance to get a first down as the line to gain is at the 3-yard line. So no need to get into the end zone right away. But the sooner the better. Cavaliers break the huddle. Gonzalez under center with Martinez in the backfield. Handoff to number 4 around the left side at the 5, and that's going to be a touchdown, Cavaliers. And that's going to be Ever Lopez with another TD as the Cavaliers extend this lead.
Great blocking up front by their offensive line. They had a couple pancake blocks on that one. A lot of Sentinels were down.
Cavaliers now taking a 34-8 lead here in the third quarter. So last week and this week, we've seen two offenses that are very similar, that double wing, which excites me as an old school football fan.
It's got potential to be very high scoring. People obviously associate high scoring a lot of times with throwing the ball and shotgun and spread formations, but as we go in, 2-point conversion is good. California record for most points in a season came from a double wing team, and that hasn't been broken yet.
What school was that? I want to guess, but is it Tustin?
No.
See, that's always a good guess with Tustin.
I don't want to go on air here and be wrong, but I believe it's actually Beaumont High School.
Okay. Was that an early 80s record or a recent record?
I believe it was in the 90s.
Because, you know, Beaumont just sounds like a team that probably dominated in the 90s playing in a dirt, you know, like a grass dirt field where, you know, the dust just kicked up as they're running all over people. So Cavaliers now leading 36-8 here in the third quarter. About 8 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. Garcia getting ready to kick the ball. Houston back deep for the Sentinels to receive. Another booming kick by Garcia, this time fielded at the 3-yard line by Houston. At the 10, the 15, the 20. Shifty moves by Houston, who's still on his feet at the 30. He's at the 35, at the 40, the 45, the 50. It looks like he might go all the way. One man to beat and taken down by number 89 at the 26-yard line or 27-yard line, but a beautiful return by Houston, who is an athlete for the Sentinels.
See if the Cavalier defense can respond. That touchdown saving tackle. You want to help out their teammate with that. That was a great effort. Great angle to take to make sure that prevented a score on that.
He just had all the right angles. It looked like he was stopped here in the middle of the field, and he just got shifty and bounced it out to the right side and just got outside of that Santiago Cavalier kickoff coverage. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sentinels from about the 25-yard line. Single back formation for Moyo. Takes a snap, hands off to Adams, who goes up the middle, still on his feet, chugging away, taking a group of Santiago Cavaliers with him.
We have our research team that's come back and said that it's actually Bloomington High School.
Bloomington. But the same kind of, that San Bernardino County, football. Back when Fontana and Eisenhower were running roughshod over Division I,
Yeah.
Eisenhower with actually a national championship, I believe, back in 92 or 93. Demolishing Modern Day on their way to it. Moyo drops back to pass, looks to the middle of the field. Pass intended for number 17, Ulysses Velez, but incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd or 3rd down.
Yeah, Moyo seems to be under constant pressure, and he's done a good job getting that ball out. But he is constantly looking around, dancing around, trying to avoid a Cavalier defender.
Yeah, it really is remarkable with what he's been able to do under pressure and just getting that ball out and getting it to the right place, a few times here. Moyo again drops back, those to a left. That's Adams with a screen pass. Adams with lowering the shoulder there, trying to get and fight for those few extra yards. So we have a flag on the play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this will go against the Cavaliers. Maybe a personal foul.
Referees powwowing there in the middle of the field. That's going to be a personal foul.
Yeah,
targeting on the Cavaliers, so the Sentinels getting some extra yards and a 1st down. And that's going to actually be 1st and goal for the Sentinels, as they're going to get the ball at about the 8-yard line.
Ball's at the 7-yard line.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
First and goal.
Moyo under center. Takes the ball himself up the middle. Gets maybe 2 yards on the play. More like 3. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Sentinels. Sentinels walk up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers, single back shotgun formation for Moyo. Takes the snap. Looks to dump it off over the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Sentinels. So the Sentinels not going down without a fight, still showing that they're hungry, as they now shorten that lead to 22 points.
Yeah, that was another one that Cavaliers were very, very close to intercepting that. Would have been a change of fortune there. But again, Moyo just, again, able to get that pass just beyond the reach of Cavalier defenders and is able to convert that to a touchdown.
Now, if that was Velez, Velez just seems to be a magnet. If that ball's anywhere near his grasp, even if he's got 2 or 3 defenders on him, it's latching right onto him. So Sentinels still in this game. And they will be going for a kick here instead of the 2-point conversion, as Aiden Lopez is back there to kick. Kick is up. Not the prettiest, but it went in.
Yeah, every coach has got a cheat sheet for when to go for 1 and when to go for 2, and this puts them 21 points behind. That's a good decision.
There we go.
Do have a flag down on that. Looks like this may be going against the Cavaliers, and they're going to ask Magnolia if they want to assess it on the kickoff.
And no doubt they would definitely like to do that if it means they can pin Santiago back even deeper.
Roughing the kicker. Personal foul.
Flag on the play. It's falling against Santiago.
Well, it'll be interesting now with this penalty if we end up maybe seeing an onside kick.
You know, probably would not be a bad idea for you to try to catch the Cavaliers off guard with a little squib down the middle. Rarely do you ever see the ball being kicked off from that side of the 50. Yeah. So interesting to see. And he tries to sky it high a little bit. Fielded by Padilla at the 5-yard line. Cavaliers taking over at their own 33-yard line. So let's see what they can do on their second drive of this half. Looking to make something happen here. Gonzalez under center. Hand off to the left side. Oh, he's breaking. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, and taking down number 24, Ever Lopez, once again running the rock and getting a nice big gain for the Cavaliers, taken all the way down to the Sentinel 27-yard line.
We do have 2 flags down.
2 flags, and those are in places where if you're a Cavalier fan, you almost know certainly what's going to be called. Now what the Cavaliers should hope for here is an offsetting situation. But it does not appear to be the case.
Legal block in the back.
Penalty goes against the Cavaliers. Illegal block.
That looked like ineligible.
Now that's a call that stifled me earlier with the behind the back thing. But it looks like it's going to be the Cavaliers losing a few yards. Ball now on the 29-yard line. And a replay of first down.
Well, the Cavaliers are opening up some holes with their offense. Even on that last play there was Great blocking up front. There was a hole inside. Run actually went outside because Sentinels lost contain, but Cavaliers just need to stay on track, I think, and avoid the penalties. And
So now it looks like we're going back the other way. Been a lot of confusion here tonight. Not the first time we've been confused by some penalties.
Also on that last play, unsportsmanlike conduct call against Magnolia. And the result of fourth and first down.
So it's actually an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Sentinels as well. So ball now on the 44-yard line and more flags on the play.
Going to be a false start here. Art Martinez jumped a little soon, a little antsy as the running back.
So Martinez giving the Sentinels a few yards back. Ball now on the 39-yard line. Still first down. Cavaliers again lining up for first down. First and 15 from the 39-yard line. Gonzalez under center. Martinez in the backfield there with him. Takes the snap. And almost immediately taken down by a swarm of Sentinels led by number 54, Jesse Garcia. It's going to bring up second down for the Cavaliers. So we mentioned that during the Garden Grove game we lost some Wi-Fi and had to end our stream. And last week we came severely close to losing all power here at Monsour Stadium, as just around the corner at Lamson and Euclid, all power was out, and power was out at a few intersections here in Garden Grove. As Padilla takes that ball out to the right side and gets to the 40-yard line.
Got a couple score updates here for some of our other district schools. Tonight we have Pacifica, who has traveled to Buena Park. In the fourth quarter, Pacifica's actually come back to take the lead, 13-12. It's about 8 minutes left in that game. Bolsa Grande is playing La Sierra at home currently, and last we checked, they were down 28-0.
And that Pacifica Buena Park game is, I'm sure for Buena Park, one of those games where they really want to get and win after taking a pretty huge loss to Pacifica last year. So that score, at least to me, is a little bit surprising that Buena Park is keeping it that close, as number 24 takes the ball for the Cavaliers. That's Ever Lopez again on the carry. Gets a gain of maybe 2 or 3 on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Cavaliers.
They're bringing out the punt team. And this is a pretty easy decision for Coach Oz. Playing the field position game here, obviously. Time is a factor for Magnolia. Don't want to give them any advantageous field position.
You definitely want to make them earn it, but you also want to try and keep the ball away from Houston, who has already kind of shown his athleticism here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like the Cavaliers are missing a player. Coach does the wise thing and takes a timeout. Make sure we're not getting any more penalty yardage and pushing back.
So Sentinels now working with a stop clock rather than the clock winding down, so I'm sure they don't mind it at all.
Yeah, this Pacifica Buena Park game that we were just mentioning before, again, Buena Park last year had a real rough season. Not a lot of success, and this year they are much improved. And again, I'm going to echo what you had said. I'm sure they're looking at this game as a game that they would love to win. They probably circled it on their calendar at the start of the season and are really looking forward to it. But it looks like it's a great game. Again, Mariners are in control right now by a point. And we will hope that our district school can follow through and get a win.
Yeah, we were mentioning earlier as our district schools as a whole are 13-8 on the season.
They're doing very well.
Yeah. Last week again, 5-2 overall record. The Cavaliers come back out ready to punt this football. Nice punt. Fielded by Houston and bobbled. And beautiful takedown by Daniel Padilla on Houston, not letting him get away.
Great coverage there by the Cavaliers.
So Sentinels now taking the ball over at their own 16-yard line. They've got a long way to go, not only on the scoreboard, but on the field as well. As the clock is inching closer to ending the third quarter here, we have 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go.
Yeah, the Cavs have been very close, as we mentioned, to a big sack, big negative plays or interceptions. Let's see if they can kind of finish this drive off against the Sentinels, put an end to this game.
They've definitely had Moyo on his heels the whole night. Ball handed off to Adams right up the middle. He gets a gain of about 2 or 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, again, this is something where the Magnolia still has time. Time is not an emergency yet for them. So running a dive up the middle, if they can get some chunks of yardage, that still makes sense for them. They're not in a hurry up or emergency mode yet.
And the biggest thing going for the Sentinels is that they did hold the Cavaliers to 0 points in that second quarter, or else they might be looking at a running clock in the fourth and making their comeback bid a lot harder. Moyo and Adams in the backfield. Takes a snap and calls his own number, takes it up the middle. Gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Just an updated score. Buena Park has come back and scored again. It's now 20-13 Buena Park over Pacifica.
And that one looks like it's probably going to come down to who has that ball last tonight.
Yep. We'll be covering Pacifica in 2 weeks, their game against Valencia. But, yeah, they have some very potent weapons on offense. June Ramos and Noah Salas, they're running back and quarterback respectively.
I saw June Ramos in person a few times last year as well as on the live broadcast, and he's definitely a playmaker and someone that the Mariners are going to count on a lot during their league campaign.
Looks like delay a game here on Magnolia.
Penalty is for a delay of game. Against the Sentinel 5-yard penalty. Remains 13.
So Sentinels now going back to the original line of scrimmage. Sentinels with the single back. Shotgun takes a snap, looks to the right side, no doubt looking for Houston on that play. Houston looks like he may have gotten away with a little push off there. The referees, for the most part, letting these teams get a little physical out there in coverage.
Yeah, this is interesting now for Magnolia. They cannot afford to go for this and not make it. That would be the nail in the coffin, I think. If Santiago can take over here on downs. So let's see if this is another quick kick or if they're taking the gamble now and taking a stand.
Moyo's back there by himself, so let's see what the call, and that's going to be a quick kick. And that's going to take a small little bounce and roll out at the 46-yard line. So Santiago getting the ball back in good field position.
Looks like we have another penalty. It appears to be against Cavaliers.
Now anything less than a roughing the kicker would mean the Cavaliers still get the ball back, right?
Yes. We're going to see if it's post-possession. It looks like it is. Oh, looks like that went against Magnolia.
Okay, so Coach Oz declining that obviously would have meant a replay of 4th down is what I'm assuming if he's not going to want that extra yardage.
Yes. And again, Cavaliers are taking over on their side of the field anyways. A good decline there.
So it looks like they're spotting that ball at the 45.5-yard line.
Marked at the Sentinels, 46-yard line, first down.
And they'll put it there at the 46. 39 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cavaliers holding on to a commanding 36-15 lead over the Magnolia Sentinels, looking to improve their record to 3-1. Gonzalez getting ready to take the snap. Hands the ball off to Ever. Ever takes it to the left side, as we've seen plenty of times tonight. And gets his momentum slowed by a Magnolia player at the 49-yard line. So Ever Lopez again getting the call, but not able to make anything out of it.
Looks like that'll be the last, was going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter, but the referees have stopped the clock to discuss.
So very odd that they must have said he was taken out of bounds. So we'll have one more play here, at least in the 3rd quarter. That one even fooled me, as Martinez takes the ball to the 30-yard line and brought down at about the 28.
Once again, great blocking up front by the Cavaliers. That seam opened up with the Cav linemen doing their jobs.
And it looks like the Cavs are going to be content with letting the clock wind down and hit 0 here in the 3rd quarter. And we are now headed here to the 4th quarter at Michael Mansour Memorial Stadium, with the Cavs holding on to a big 36-15 lead, and they will have the ball at the Sentinel 28-yard line or so, maybe 26, when play resumes in just a little bit. It's quite the change for the Cavaliers. I remember I went to a Santiago High School football camp back in 1998 wearing a Rancho football shirt, and the coach was running passing drills, and he looked at my Rancho shirt and he said, you know what, you might want to sit these out. They don't do too much of this here at Rancho, and it's totally flipped now. Not too much passing by the Cavaliers tonight, and mostly a running team, but I guess that you just have to have an offense that works with your personnel, and it works with these guys, and they've done a great job tonight.
Yeah, sometimes it's the old adage, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And yeah, the Cavaliers are certainly being very successful running the football tonight.
And what I've noticed is, even watching some of the replays of their last few games, is they can break off big runs in this offense. Just large chunks, 19 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards here and there, as Martinez gets the handoff and takes it to the right side and maybe gets 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, as someone who has coached against the double wing many times, I can tell you a lot of times it is disheartening with your defense, where you can make a stop, hold them to 2 or 3 yards, and then you never know when that big play comes. And it is a big mental problem for the defense when that happens.
You hear that old adage that all you need is 3 yards a game, 3 yards for the offense. But with this offense, you can get negative yard here, 2 yards here, and then be 30 yards downfield on 3rd down in no time.
Yeah, Cavaliers with
here we go with the pass
to the right.
Pass intended for Daniel Padilla, just outside of his reach.
This is probably a 4-down situation for the Cavaliers. They probably have 2 downs here to get this 1st down.
And with the way the defense has been playing all night, you can take chances like that and give the Sentinels the ball back here and really not have to worry about your defense not living up to the task of stopping them when they're this deep in their own territory. Gonzalez under center, takes a snap, hands the ball off to, it looks like number 24, Ever Lopez. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, this is the time again where Santiago wants to milk the clock for all they can. They're in no hurry right now to run plays. They obviously want to run their plays efficiently and full go, but if I'm Coach Oz, I might be taking a little bit of time between relaying the play to my quarterback.
Definitely try and save some of these plays and let the clock wind down as much so you're not running as many plays. You got a commanding lead and get as much time, like you said, off the clock as possible and save some of these some of this energy for next week. Gonzalez takes the snap, hands off to Padilla, going to the right side. He's got some room, takes it upfield, still on his feet at the 20, the 15, taken down at the 12-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Cavaliers. So just like we were talking about, the Sentinel defense had a few good stops, 1 stop, 2 stops, 3 stops, then on 4th down, they bounce it to the outside and easily pick up that 1st down.
I loved seeing out there the wide receiver. I didn't catch the number, but blocking all the way to the whistle, that allowed the run to bounce outside further and secure the 1st down. It's always great when you get others besides your linemen involved in the blocking game.
It's all, they say play to the whistle, and you play to the whistle for a reason, and right there was just a perfect case. He was able to bounce it out and get that ball to the 10-yard line, and now the Cavaliers are 10 yards away from pay dirt. Handoff to Martinez right up the middle. Drags the Sentinel defender to the 5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Cavaliers as the crowd is now getting into the spirit here.
It's a great play call as well. Santiago just beat Magnolia to the outside on the previous play and coming back just right up the middle on the next one.
And they've been doing a great job of that tonight. It is mixing it up, not only mixing up personnel who's getting the ball, but also whether they're bouncing it to the left, to the right, up the middle, quarterback, keeper, handoff. So it's a great job by the Cavaliers as Padilla takes the ball down to about the 4-yard line, maybe the 3.
It's good to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal.
So Cavaliers now facing a 3rd and goal, and again, 4-down territory here. So if they don't get it in here, they will have another crack at it on 4th down as the clock is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. You figure one more score and that's probably going to be, it for Magnolia, and even as we creep closer towards 5 minutes here. Martinez with the carry again, and maybe 2 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So ball right there. I would call that the 1.5-yard line.
Yeah, let's see. They could punch it up the middle, or let's see if they try to run to the outside to the left hash closest to us.
I would keep an eye on Ever Lopez here.
Right up the gut.
There we go. That's going to be a touchdown for the Cavaliers. Martinez, 3 or 4 touchdowns here tonight. And the Cavaliers are looking like they're probably just going to roll to a victory. Taking a 42 to 15 lead here in the 4th quarter, 7 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Late on a Thursday and the crowd still into it. Love to see it.
Yeah, anything is possible. Obviously, the Cavaliers still want to play focused football to complete this game, but that's probably the nail in the coffin at this point. I just don't think there's enough time for Magnolia.
Definitely asking a lot for your team to come, 27 points down as the Cavaliers hand it off to Ever Lopez, who gets that 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion.
So Cavaliers now with a 29-point lead here, 7 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter.
7:52 to play in the game. Cavaliers 44.
All right, well, we are now at the point of the fourth quarter where I'm going to head down onto the field,
Dave's got to go get his victory photos and
my victory photo, and make sure I'm down with the team for a little bit of the fourth quarter. But it's been an honor to be here with you. Again, I leave it in very capable hands. David Moore, consummate professional here. And we'll see you guys next week.
and we'll announce that game in just a little bit. But Dave, I thank you for joining me and look forward to many more joint broadcasts here with you.
All right, go Cavaliers.
There we go. Cavaliers now getting ready to kick the ball off. Victor Garcia, like I said earlier, we're going to have to ice that leg as he's been kicking the ball off a few times tonight. Houston takes the ball at, couldn't even see where, but he's at the 31 or 32, taken down by a host of Cavaliers. It's going to be a first down for the Sentinels. Looks like they're going to mark that ball at the Sentinel 30-yard line.
Houston on the kick return. Brings the ball to the Magnolia 32-yard line. First down.
So actually that's going to be on the 32-yard line. So first down for the Sentinels. Moyo under center, Adams behind him, two wide receivers. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right, looking for Houston. No, he's going to keep that ball on a bootleg. Gets the ball to the 40. He's at the 45, the 50, the 45. Maybe driven out of bounds at about the 45, 47-yard line. So not a bad run by Moyo. The Sentinels not giving up here, still playing until the end of this game, and you love to see it. You love to see teams who, even though they're down by quite a bit mathematically, maybe logically, they don't have a chance to win this game, but they're still out there playing hard, and they're going to leave everything that they have out on that field tonight. And you have to give credit for the Sentinels for not giving up and for not laying down and still playing here, even with a 29-point deficit. Moyo now in shotgun, Adams to his left, two receivers. Drops back to pass, looks to pass to Houston. And that's going to be picked off by the Cavaliers. Still on his feet, Fumbled the ball, but it looks like he got it back. It looks like that was intercepted by number 23, Andres Rodriguez. Or actually, number 22.
Credit that last interception with the 20 in Indiana. And ball returned.
And we don't have instant replay. For some reason, it just has not been working the way it should, but that's okay. That's going to be Cavalier ball at the 49-yard line after that interception. Cavs now just probably going to run this ball and trying to milk some time off the clock as Gonzalez under center. Hands the ball off to number 20. Number 26, Jared Cruz. Going to bring up second down and about 7 yards for the Cavaliers. Clock ticking here, 6:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And it looks like the Cavs will have a first down, as that was Jared Cruz, it looks like, on that run again. So Cavaliers doing a great job now, just keeping the ball on the ground. And just trying to run as much time off the clock as we are now approaching 5 minutes. Hand off to number 6, Angel Hernandez, who takes it to the left side. Angel Hernandez at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15. Angel Hernandez on his feet still, taken down at about the 8-yard line. Actually, I'm sorry, Chris Mendoza. 6 and 8 looks very similar from up here in the press box, so I apologize. That was Chris Mendoza on the carry. As the Cavs now seem to be really rolling here in the fourth quarter. Now playing a beautiful rendition of Hang On Sloopy. And I'm just going to let that one right out. Oh, they stopped. Jared Cruz on the carry and gets that ball up to about the 3-yard line. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in to Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, special Thursday edition here. We appreciate every one of our viewers, and we thank you for watching, and feel free to share our stream. Feel free to share this recording when it's all done. Gonzalez hands off, and actually ball on the floor, still on the floor, and recovered by number 51, Joseph Cruz. Like I said, I encourage you, share our stream, share it with your friends, your family. If you're a Santiago student, share it with the rest of your team and or the rest of your school, and just definitely tune in. And this is just something for our students. Now we have an update here from the Pacifica game. Pacifica scored a touchdown, brought the score to 20-19, went for 2, but they were denied, and we now have an onside kick coming at Buena Park Stadium. So close game there at Pacifica and Buena Park. Not a close one here as Santiago scores another touchdown, this time number 26, Jared Cruz, and Santiago is now extending that lead just a little bit more. Cavaliers now a 50-15 lead here, 4 minutes left to go. So like I said, not a close game here, but at Buena Park Stadium, 20-19, Buena Park over Pacifica after Pacifica scores a touchdown and fails to convert the 2-point conversion. Waiting for an update from that game. Cavaliers here, on the other hand, going for 2 to try and extend this lead. And they will also be denied, so Cavaliers still up 50-15, 45 or 35-point lead here at Michael Mansour Stadium.
Scoring for 1 play in the game. Cavaliers 50. Sentinels 15.
So Cavaliers here, we can safely assume that they will be rolling to a victory here. They will have a 3-1 record when this is all said and done. Magnolia will fall to 0-3. Garcia to kick for the Cavaliers. Houston back to receive for the Sentinels. Ball's going to be received at the 9-yard line, taken to the 20, the 25. Oh, what a hit. An up-ender by number 36. Adrian Sanchez, a beautiful tackle and takedown. And we now have word that Buena Park has recovered the onside kick, and Pacifica will now be falling to 1-4 or 1-3 on their season. Again, we will see them in a few weeks when they start Empire League play. But next week, here on Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday, we've got Ocean View, who we will see for the second time this year, visiting Rancho Alamitos. It's on Friday, 9/23 at 7 p.m., so don't miss that. It just so happens that we were able to see Ocean View twice because they did play Los Amigos earlier in the year. Moyo takes a bootleg to the left side, has some running room. Gets about a 17, 18-yard gain, taken down at about the 44-yard line. So this Rancho game is definitely one I'm looking forward to going to. I grew up on the sidelines of Rancho Alamitos High School, a long time, ball boy. I actually started playing football myself because of Rancho football, and it's definitely going to be a special game for me to call, and I definitely cannot wait. No shortage of talking points for that game. You're going to get sick of hearing me. Morrow hands off to Adams, who takes it up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards.
Inside handoff.
We'll get the down and distance done here. Like I said, a lot of movement here, so sometimes it's hard to keep track of everything as we've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds left to go here. I want to take this time to thank my cameraman, Ben Nguyen of La Quinta High School, who has joined me here for 3 or 4 games and has done a fantastic job each and every time he's come out here. Looks like Adam again on the run. Adams again, it looks like, was on the run. Gain of maybe 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Sentinels as the clock keeps running here. Sentinels may be content with also just letting this clock run down. Moyo now in shotgun, empty backfield. Drops back to pass, feels pressure, rolls out to his right, lets the ball go. Number 16 on the reception. Another one of those receptions where the defense couldn't have, had better coverage. Derek Klein. And Derek Klein might be the young man who's just been able to have that ball latch onto his hands anytime it gets anywhere near his orbit, as he was, covered very well, but still was able to make that reception. It's now going to be 4th down for the Sentinels as the clock is now under 1 minute. .40 seconds left. Moyo getting ready to take the snap. He's in shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Moyo rolls out to his right. Quick pass to Houston. Houston makes a move, tries to make a man miss. Actually gets the 1st down and still going. Gain of about 8 yards, maybe 5 yards on the play, but that's going to be a 1st down for the Sentinels, who have no quit still, as the clock is now at 18 and looking like that's going to be the last play of the game. And no, we've got a timeout by the Sentinels, who are most likely going to try and get one towards the end zone here. So Sentinels not wanting this game to be over just yet. Also, shout out to the Garden Grove High School Mansour Memorial Stadium cleaning crew for all the work that they've done tonight, helping the visiting and home team equipment managers get their stuff set up, making sure the bleachers are clean, making sure everything's set up, making sure the locker rooms are open, and making sure everything's running smoothly. So shout out to them and thank you to them for everything and all the hard work that they're doing here tonight as well. So this should be one of the last plays of the half, or of the game here, as Moyo is in the backfield with Adams. Or not Adams. Yeah, he was back there with Adams. Fires it off to Houston. Who, no, he catches the ball, and that's going to be a... Let's see what the call is. Wow, so the Sentinels get one more reception. Really wish we had replay to see exactly what happened on that one. But we don't. And they're going to allow this play to continue. And there's actually a flag on the play. And they are calling the ball game now. But very rare do you see a flag on the last play of the game. So let's see what they decide to do here as the two teams line up. We thank you for tuning in once again. Your final score tonight here from Michael Mansour Memorial Stadium. Santiago Cavaliers 50, Magnolia Sentinels 15. Cavaliers move to 3-1. Magnolia falls to 0-4 next week. Like I said earlier, Ocean View visiting Rancho Alamitos for week 5 of Garden Grove Unified School District Athletics High School Football Friday from Bolsa Grande Stadium. I'm David Mora for Ben Nguyen and the rest of Garden Grove Unified. We thank you for tuning in.